What's up, you guys? So over the past few months, I've been hearing more and more about this strange market in the retro gaming community that is, you would give a company some money and then once a month they would send you a box with random games in it. That way it can help you grow your collection. There are several companies around that do it. The one I've pretty consistently heard good things about was Video Games Monthly. And so I thought, hey, that sounds like fun. I want to give it a shot. I made an account, I gave them money, and they sent me my first box here in the month of August. Now, the cool thing about something like this is they actually will curate to stuff that you are actually able to play. When you make your account, you'll tell them what systems you have, or specifically what systems you want to receive things for, and then you'll tell them all the games that you have in your collection already, so that way they don't send you any duplicates. Which is pretty cool, because the last thing you want as a collector is to sign up for something that's going to just give you a bunch of random duplicates. They have a few different options on their site to where you can sign up to get either 3 games a month, 4 games a month, 5 games a month, or hell, even 10 games a month, which is ridiculous. And it's all curated to systems that you want to collect. If you want Famicom games, you can tell them you want those. If you want Master System or Genesis, if you want the Japanese GameCube games, you can get those. So I went with the 5-game box, and that's what I have here. Let's open her up and let me show you what we got. Now, for full disclosure, I did already look in this first box. In the future, I don't plan on looking at them. Fridays is when I can record. It came in on Tuesday, and April was really curious what was inside. So it did come with a Video Games Monthly coaster, which I'm going to go ahead and use because I've got my coffee here and I don't want to ruin my desk or my mat. They do give you this social card here. On one side, it tells you that if you share your stuff on social media, you are entered to win a 3-up box, as they call it, which would basically be 3 additional games in your box next month. On the other side, it also reminds you to update your list. Other versions of this business model, whenever they send you new games, they'll go on and add that to your list online, so that way you don't have to think about it. These guys do not, but it's not a big deal to go in as soon as you open your box and just click the games you got. It's not a super big deal, so I don't really care. And then what's very interesting is that you'll just occasionally get a 1-up card in your box, which basically means, hey, there's an extra game in here. I have an idea as to why they do that, because as you know, games have very wildly different values. Judging by what's in here, sometimes you get a box that's a little low on value versus what you're actually paying, and they might throw in an extra one to kind of bump the value up just a touch, and I kind of feel like that's what they did here. I currently have it set up that I want to receive Super Nintendo games, N64 games, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games. So in this box, I did get, along with the one extra game, I got an N64 game, a Game Boy Color game, a Game Boy game, and then 3 Game Boy Advance games. So we'll start with the Game Boy Color game. It is Tech Deck Skateboarding. I have no real history with Tech Deck at all. I know it's like the fingerboards. I'll be interested to actually give this a shot just to see if it was any good. It was not valued very much on price charting, so I'll be very interested to see if it's actually any kind of fun, because I know Game Boy skateboarding games could be very hit or miss. On the Game Boy Advance, I was given a copy of Namco Museum. I really like Namco Museum. I really enjoyed it on the N64. It's been a lot of fun on the Switch. The game just is not worth very much, so we'll see how much all this stuff calculates together whenever we get the entire box done. But if you enjoy games like Pac-Man and Galaga and Galaxian and Pole Position, Namco Museum, it's a very solid game. I was given this like Atari Classics-ish game. It's a 3-in-1 Asteroids, Pong, and Yar's Revenge. It's funny, I actually had one of those little like plug-and-play Atari controllers back when I was young, and I really like Yar's Revenge. It's just a lot of fun. Asteroids is good. Pong is Pong. You know, it is like epitome video game is Pong. Classic game collections tend to not be worth very much money, but it's interesting to have the availability of them like that. The last Game Boy Advance game I got was Star Wars Flight of the Falcon. I've never played this game before. Star Wars games in general from this era were very hit or miss on whether or not they were actually good or not. And I've never heard anyone talk about it, so that gives me concern that it might be on the lower end of the good scale. But we'll check it out and we'll see if it's any fun. And the Game Boy game I was given was a Japanese game, actually. It was Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. Now, I grew up playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I grew up watching the show. I had a bunch of the cards. It's a fun game. It's hard to play it, though, whenever you have no idea what anything says. Luckily, though, I had an issue that I needed to email them about, and I also asked them if I could request English-only games, and they said that is perfectly fine, so they've added a note to my account. So I should not be getting Japanese games in the future, which makes me happy. Nothing wrong with Japanese games if that's what you want to collect, but I can't really play them because I can't read Japanese. And then the N64 game that I was given was Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. I don't personally have a lot of experience with Star Wars Racer, but I have played it before. It's a well-known game. This is really a very solid game and something that I'm surprised that I didn't have in my collection already. So I'm glad to have it. I'm glad to get to finally play it more than I ever have. And it's gonna be a lot of fun to go through to actually get to properly play this again. So, one thing I've always heard about Video Games Monthly is that their customer support is phenomenal. And I can attest that that is true. I did have a bit of an issue whenever I got everything because Tech Deck Skateboarding here did not work. I could not get it to work. I tried cleaning it, I took it apart, I cleaned everything. I contact cleaner on the pins multiple times. I isoprode the pins multiple times, and it just would not boot. But I emailed them, and literally within 30 minutes, they sent me back. They emailed me back saying, "Hey, sorry, we'll get you another one in the mail." And they had it in the mail within an hour, which is phenomenal customer service. If this is something that you're interested in trying, know that you will be taken care of if something goes wrong. It's not like if something goes wrong that you're just SOL. Like, they will make sure things are taken care of. I calculated it up, and the games here are valued at just over $39 for everything here. So the 5-up box is $45, and then $10 shipping. And so I got $39 worth of games. That's a little under, but it's not so bad that I feel like I got ripped off because curator fees are a thing. $44 and then $10 shipping to get $39 worth of games. It's not a bad deal in my opinion. For me to not have to go out to go find them and go through, spend all the time to actually add these to my collection, they just show up at my door. It's a pretty good deal, I think. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Tell me, are any of y'all subscribed to Video Games Monthly? What consoles do you get? What was the good game of your collection this month? For me, I definitely think it was the Star Wars Racer game on the N64. Comment down below, let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to bringing you even more things like this as the days go on. Again, thank you guys for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one, y'all.